Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. We're continuing with our blind playthrough of Blueprints and we're continuing on with this day with very, very interesting things to come because we have just opened another permanent addition of the mansion. So let's see how this unfolds. Oh, I would really like to have... Oh! Oh, interesting. I would really like to have the magnifying glass, is what I was just thinking. Oh my god. So, that is... that's the symbol for Iraja, we know this. Those flowers are the same as the flowers that we saw on the piece of, like, broken piece of crockery or whatever in the clock tower. And I'm wondering if those three lines maybe indicate something about the railways. Like maybe that's too much of a literal, but we have just been learning about them, right? Flowers. Oh, fascinating. Okay, all right. So that's it. If I can manage to come back here with the magnifying glass, not here, is it? No. Let me just have one more look at this. So this is in 85. Our mother looked like that. This is in 86. Our mother, like, I presume these photos are from around about this time, right? Let me just have a quick scan of this. She was no stranger to the public eye even before her literary success, so it's not like she's hidden from public view. It's not as if this is an old photo of her and they're struggling to have... So it feels like these must be photos from this time. Given that she went missing in 87, I'm just going back to that mystery about the... about the woman with glasses that I've talked about in a couple of photos. Oh, okay, it just feels like it can't be her. Alright, this would connect us with the foundation and potentially give us passage to the antechamber. That might be a real stretch. That's locked and we have no keys. Okay. So this one would send us out east. Ooh, well, keys. Oh, hey, that's interesting that it actually shows us that we have the power running through. So I guess it shows that both of these are places where you could carry the power. I'm amazed that I've never seen this before. Huh. Well, what am I asking myself? I think we've done well with the power today. I don't think I necessarily... Like, I could reach for the stars with the furnace, but it might not be happening today. I do like the idea that I would get keys from the music room as well as a couple of exits. Yeah. But then again, this has no gem cost, but I don't know if it's... You know, obviously I have no idea what it is. Maybe music room. Let's throw... Like, everything... Again, we've done so much that everything is a bonus today, so... Let's just see. What is this? It's a whole new special key! The prism key, it's beautiful! If you unlock a door with the prism key in a green room, hallway, bedroom, red room or shop, you will draw floor plans of that same colour. Oh my god. Okay. So that's a whole new special key to add to the special key list. Everything that happens is like something that I put down on another list in my massive, massive tome of Because there's still so many special keys I haven't found. Wow. Like I've got silver key, the vault deposit, the file cabinet key. I don't know if those two count. But I've got basement key, secret garden key, and prism key. It might just be that, you know, yeah, only those 4 count. Oh, nice. Okay. There's this thing that's still very much interesting me. I'm thinking about whether it could be related to Herbert's signature. We don't seem to be able to do anything here, at least as it stands. We know this is associated with Clara. Okay. Interesting. So 39, I'm keeping an eye on my steps, of course. Let's see what we can do down here. Okay, no keys, that's good. Okay. That puts me in a bit of a bind. I could risk putting the coat check here. I would get the key card and then I would be able to open up the security. Oh, there's no point to it, is there? Actually, there's no reason to open security. Where was the security door? Hang on. Where was the security door? Hey, Pixel! Hey! I see you. Now I've forgotten where the security door was. Was it in archives? It was in archives. Okay, so that could work out for us. And it also means I could take out the, if I decide the prism key is actually more interesting, I don't know, maybe there's no reason to keep that the next day over, but maybe coat check. It might just help us to move forward. Oh, hang on, retrieve. Thank you. Okay, we'll take that and we'll see what we can do with this. All right. So the security door is the one that goes out west, but this is the one that requires a door. I've got one regular key. I think for this I would use my regular key, not my prism key, because I would get a red door. I would get a red room from this that I might not want. Ah, well. Okay, I think it's unlikely that I'm going to be entering the antechamber, at least from the south. So, yeah, I don't want to lose half my steps at this stage because I really want to head out, if I can. I don't have any gems anyway, so maybe we're cutting off the possibility of going. Oh no, we're not actually, because there's still the chapel possibility. All right, in that case, let's put furnace here. Let's see what happens. Let's learn. Give me junk. What? It's just a key. Wow. Thanks, furnace. Thank you, furnace. Oh my goodness. What an interesting bonus of powering up the furnace. The main centralized heat source for the estate. You may find yourself starting to sweat after drafting this room. All right. The coins is nice, and I got some interest. That's fine. What is that? Nothing. Junk. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. That's so. I didn't expect that. That's incredible. But I guess now the other interesting thing that we can do from this powered up furnace is to see if we could at some point draft the freezer. I mean, we've already had so much today. Okay, so now we can use the pass here, and it would be great to connect with the foundation if we can. Alright, so commissary is not going to do it. Passageway I can't do because I have no gems. So I'm really reliant on either a redraw or the archived floor plan. Might just have to risk the archived floor plan, I think. Let's see. Oh, okay. Alright, so that's a dead end. Alright, no worries, no worries. So we're not getting... I think today's like my first proper day to never get into any of the spaces in the West Wing. Okay. Well, there's nothing here for us, I think. At least that I know about. In case something I'm carrying does a thing. Yeah, who this woman? Who is this woman sitting here? I don't know if I'm being daft. This is yet another reason. This is actually a really good reason to get the commissary, so I could buy a Alright. So from here, all we could do is potentially head down to... So archives, boiler room, lab, and then courtyard. Alright, let's make our way there. Like, if we could potentially... The other really great way to use today would be to draft some green rooms that would give us some dig spots and to be able to, you know, increase our permanent allowance, but I know this one. If I am going to... I'm just thinking, do I want to stick something in coat check while I'm here? Because I don't want to lose the opportunity to have something really cool in coat check. That actually might be a good idea. I know I'm using my steps, but I think it's important to set ourselves up. Do I want to keep prism key? As cool as it is, I think keycard is actually a more useful key overall. Because prism key like gives you sort of a bonus. Alright, I'm gonna risk putting this back actually. Hello, I'm back. Could you keep my keycard again for me, please? Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna risk putting that back. We might need it again today, but you know, so be it. So be it. I have to make a choice. So from here, through here, through the lab. Woohoo! Done with the machine. That's just so incredible. Like, today has been huge. It's all worked so well. We've managed to do almost every single thing that I possibly wanted to do with the boiler room, except to test out the garage and also to, of course, draw the freezer while we have the powered up furnace room. The thing I'm wondering about is proximity a factor with the furnace room? And yeah, I'm not in a great position to know that. Have I, the keys... Yeah, okay. So we've used up the key. I just wondered if I could use it in more things than that. Okay. So from den, we can go... Oh god, it really is a long way away, isn't it? It's a corridor, pantry, parlor, hallway, chapel. Yeah. And the worst thing, I suppose... Worst case scenario, we run out of steps and don't go outside today, but that's fine because it's a permanent addition. We can go straight there tomorrow. Hello, Uncle. I am untangling more of your mysteries. Granduncle, I mean. You know what I mean. And now hallway and chapel. Okay. Would be really nice if I would be able to get some gems from here. So this is another red room. Okay, so that's a dead end dining. I think dining room. Yeah, I'd love to get these items, but, you know, why am I here? I'm here to try and make some more possibilities. And these extra steps I'm about to get and gobble up via this, quail? Stuffed wild quail? You get an extra 10 if you have trophy room. I haven't seen trophy room yet. I wonder if there are conditions around when trophy room comes up. Okay, either way, let's eat. I'm not counting on getting trophy room just yet. Lovely. All right, well, that's a help. That's just gives me a little bit more breathing space. Aha, this I think is the closest I've been to being able to see this. Just interesting to get a better look at it. All right. So from here, I guess there's nothing else around. From here, let's see how far north we can go. It's always difficult to go in a straight line. Hang on. What color room are we in now? Blue. I could use a regular key or my prism key. Do I want another? Let's use a regular key. Conference room, kennel. Well, it's kind of same. Kennel. Puppies. Hey, puppos. No items. Oh, hello, darlings. Hello, darlings. That one over there is eating its bowl with food that we, the players, are not party to. Haha, please be a junk. Please be a junk, nothing dig spot. Yes. Alright, in that case, another huge bonus from today. We've permanently increased our allowance. Amazing. Okay, well, gymnasium, I guess, because it'll let us go forward. Yep. Yeah, as interesting as observatory would be, it would be over rover. Haha. Dog pun. Over red rover, actually, I should say. Locked. All right, well, we have to use our prism key here. Ooh. Super cool. So unfortunately, I'm going to create another red room. Oh, but aquarium is here to save us. Yeah. An aquarium is... Oh, no, it's not. It's not because I need a gem. Well, dark room is obviously a problem. What would redraw get me? It's only going to get me red rooms, unfortunately. It's exactly what I didn't want to use the prism key for. I might just risk it with... Let's just risk it with this. Okay. Alright. Okay. So that's that. That's that. That's that. It's the first time I think we've had a window here. Alright. If there are more secrets in this room, I don't know what they are yet. Alright. We tried. We tried to squeeze something else out of this day, I suppose. But now... See ya, pups. Now let's snake our way back to... I mean, I guess this is where laundry room could be used, right? No, it couldn't, because there's no... Alright, sorry, I was just thinking maybe keys were... I'm so traumatized by key loss that I was thinking keys were in our way, but they're not. We just don't have any exits to use. No, all good. But I was thinking if keys were a problem, actually, we could use laundry room. Yeah, I've got to remember that that's an option. But that's our only shop, so that's that for our money. So let's head back. Let's head back down hallway and through. Wow, this day's already been incredible. We don't even need to head back per se. because I'm going to be able to access what we've opened up tomorrow as well. But let's go and see. We've got the steps to do it now. Let's go and take a look. Let's take a look at the magical fruits of our labor. Now, oh, entrance hall, opposite side. Oh my god, so exciting. This is so exciting as well because, like, I was just thinking, like, I've never really looked here. Because, might as well make a wish while we're passing. Because this is something that we've seen from not quite day one, because it took me a couple of days to go down this east path here, but from very, very, very early in the game, what this is over here has been a huge mystery. You know, what, like, how to even tackle thinking about opening this up has been a mystery. It does make sense, of course, that, you know, the power lines are here. I could have imagined that that was a part of it, but oh my god, here we go. Here we go. Where are we? What is this? What is this here? Oh. Hang on, we've seen these symbols before. Let me look before I touch anything. Okay. A vault of some kind. We probably need to light all three of these up. A terminal. Seems to be, of course, like servers or something like that. Random sort of screens. Well, maybe random. Aha! Ha ha! A clue! A classic clue. Well, is this binary? It seems too short to be... I don't know very much about binary, but it seems a bit too short to be binary. Hang on. How... I'm just... I don't even know how spaces work in binary. I don't know. I don't even really know how to look this up well. Okay, from binary to text. If we do 1 space 1 0 0. I can't really find anything useful clicking around. I mean, 0 is 0 and 1 is 1 in binary. 100 is the number 4. But, I mean, this is not a 1, is it? It's an I. I mean, I was just thinking that maybe it, yeah. So I, O, O. It could just be an on-off. Like, it could be more that concept of binary in that it's, you know, it's telling us like something is on and off. I don't know. Or it could be another thing. This one, why are these not turned on? And are these, is this how it gets powered? Or is this that there are some machines missing? Okay. I feel like I should look at this before I press a big button. Black Bridge. Oh my goodness. I was just taking a photo of that. Blackbridge Network Administrator Controls. Oh, hang on. And, there we go. There we go. There's the button down the bottom for lowercase. Finally. God, I tell you what, because I was feeling crazy. I was feeling like I was really missing something obvious in all of the other terminals. So this feels, thankfully, like this is a weight off of my shoulders. This is a huge weight off of my shoulders. Oh, no, that was the wrong button. It may actually, I'm even thinking about it, it may even be that this is actually not the admin key. It may be that it was just telling us how the admin key is Ah, that could be it. It could be that this with Hartley's name is not the admin key. I mean, let's try it. But it could actually, there we go. It could just be that they're telling us how to do it, how to construct it from someone else's name, which could be Randolph's name. So we've got, yeah, we could try a range of things. We could try a whole bunch of things. What am I after? O, lowercase, and T, lowercase, and then uppercase H. All right. RUOTH. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All good. No worries. So probably then what we're looking at is, let's try, it's, God, I'm so glad I've been keeping track of everybody's names and all of the bits and pieces of names that I've been finding around the place. So Randolph's name, I think, is Moore, if that's who we're going to try. Yeah, Randolph Moore. That's it. So it would be capital M, O, lowercase. Is it just doing, it's doing the, oh, that's really handy. Okay, cool. And then R, and then R. Oh, success. I wonder if other names would work as well. Network settings, user database, admin logs. Oh, data files. What? Let's start at the top. Terminal timeout settings. What on earth is this? The timeout setting controls how long a computer terminal stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server. The default setting into immediate requires a new connection each time the user attempts to log into the network. But this worries me in the same way that that other setting in security does, which is like, is there a reason why I wouldn't want to make everything open? You know, like, why wouldn't I just go 1 month? Why wouldn't I do that? I'm going to do it right now because it seems like it only benefits me, but I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious and scared and terrified that there might be a reason why I wouldn't want that to be the case. Okay. Whoa. Does this just mean that it accesses the same mailbox, or are these accesses, does this allow me to access distinct mailboxes? Wow. Inbound, outbound connections and electronic mail connections outside of the local network have been temporarily disabled. So, but if there is mail here, it's mail from before it was disabled. Okay. And it is interesting that it tells us down the bottom there, admin key more R. So if we put in a different admin key, we may, I don't know, like maybe something else. Maybe we get a different thing, a different setting. Oh, I just did that one. Yeah. So back, return to menu, user database. Oh. Denny Revane, his key has expired. Makes sense. Hartley, Ruota, key expired. Anne Babbage, she could have access right now. Kimberly Thompson is from the Synth Lab, and she seemed to be coming in from the Sync Lab, so she seemed to be coming in to work with Randolph. Whether she's a good person or a bad person, I don't know, but that makes sense. Makes sense that these two would have admin access. Can I change their access? And if so, are there any consequences for it? Like, what if Anne Babbage is like the big bad in this game and she's the nasty one controlling things? She might be absolutely wonderful, lovely person, but what if, right? And what if I changed her access from here and then she came to came to have dealings with me. Oh my God. All right, personal access house manager account created. Wow. In 86. So she'd been around for, well, that's just when her account was created. She, like she obviously might have been around in the house before then. But it is interesting that 86 is, the year before the Trinsdale bombing and before Mary disappeared and all of that. Okay, something to think about. Most drafted room, office. Oh, Anne, what have you been doing in the office? With the office terminal? Ha. Personnel notes, author of all personnel notes. And last login, this is really interesting. Last login, 91. So 2 years ago. Interesting. All right, let's look at Kimberly then. Assistant lab technician. I mean, that seems to make sense. She came in mid this year. Last login is a little bit after that in August. Most drafted room laboratory, of course. So she figured it out eventually. Recent transfer from Sinker, former executive assistant to HS Sinclair. Aha. So maybe, well, I don't know what that means. It could, if he trusted her as an ally, maybe that means something, that we can trust her as well. But trusted with full admin privileges. Okay. Lead system administrator. Created in 86, beginning of the year. Last login more recently, in September of this year. Most drafted room lab, of course. Lead lab technician for Sinker, set up estate terminals and Black Ridge network. Yep. So Moore is the tech guy. Okay. Temporary administrator. Yep. Created in early 93. Hang on. That surprises me because I might have my dates wrong here. Where is my calendar? In amongst my hundreds of notes. That surprises me because I thought it was an earlier year. That we saw that note to Hartley. Here we go. I thought maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my reasoning was wrong. I'm going to have to take a look at that note that we saw in Hartley's room again, but I felt like it was probably late 87 that Randolph said he was going away and giving Hartley temporary admin access. And that he was saying he was probably going to be away for early 1990 as well. But I could have that year totally wrong. Last login, May of this year. Most drafted room servants' quarters make sense. The Baron's valet for 20 years. And potentially more than that. As in the Baron's valet, potentially more. Substituting for Mr. Moore until we find a suitable assistant admin. And Danny Ravine, 88. The former groundskeeper. Last login 92. Now that's very interesting, right? Why is Danny been logging in and, just last year? Most drafted room greenhouse. Makes sense as groundskeeper. Terminated March 1992. Oh, that's when he was terminated. Okay. Yeah, of course he was. I have that in the calendar. For suspicion of blackmail and not watering the plants. But suspicion of blackmail. Okay. And he may well have done that, but we're not sure. 3 additional delisted admin tags. 3 additional. God, there's so many names that we could play around with. I wonder if the new groundskeeper has one. All right. So that's interesting. Admin logs. In 86, okay, more. Randolph, the last cables have finally been laid and the office terminal has been connected to the central network. Given the ever-changing nature of the rooms on the estate, we chose to install the server outside of the house to maintain connection stability at all times. A small cavern off of the eastern drive was selected for the server site. There we go. All right. Given the ever-changing nature of the rooms, we chose to install it outside of the house. Yep, makes sense. All remaining computer terminals on the estate are now connected to the network mainframe, and we will begin testing remote access capabilities between them. I also asked the Baron to come up with a name for the network. Makes sense. He has all of these connections to the Black Flag, Arindian, interest group and Blackwater and all of that, and a Black Bridge all seems to be important terminology, important ideas for them. After some deliberation, our network has been named Blackbridge, a somewhat ominous name for the project, given the legend from which the term derives, though very fitting considering we chose an actual cave to house the mainframe. Room 46, the room beyond the black waters. Haha. I only hope that our servers do not suffer that same fate that befell those in the story. Maybe this is going to be in our new book that... Oh, I wish I got the library today. Maybe this is going to be in our new book, Rune and Realm. Maybe we'll learn about it there. I hope so. Regular maintenance report fixed a connection error that was occurring between the office and security terminal. We have also added electronic mail capabilities to each terminal that can be accessed via the network. Okay. Recording capabilities of all cameras on the estate have been disabled in 87. Additionally, the existing video playback functionality on the security terminal has also been removed. Of course, this makes sense because 87 is, and I guess this is in October. Well, it's around about when I guess Mary would have been smuggled across the border from the estate. So that makes sense. And then we've got the deleted logs there in... okay, so that's when she was smuggled into the estate. Yep. Earlier in March. Yep. In March and April. Okay. Or hang on. Am I reading these dates? Hang on. Okay, all right, so the first one is month. All right, I hate that way of doing it. It should be day, month, year. Anyway. So, okay, so that makes sense. So actually before she was smuggled in, when she disappeared, that's when this was done. And then there's a couple of deleted logs. All right, interesting. And then there's many deleted logs. All the way up to... Okay, hang on. There's many deleted logs. I'm just taking a photo. Many deleted logs all the way to so July 25th, which is probably getting close to when she's smuggled. As requested yesterday, new admin key created, though the requested name doesn't quite fit with our typical length formatting. That's gonna be tricky. Maybe what it means is that the last name used is shorter. Or maybe what it means is that there's a double initial used for the first name or something like that. I'm going to guess that it means the last name is shorter. All right, so there's a lot to play around with there. And then some more deleted logs in August. And then in September, effective immediately, all electronic mail capabilities have been restricted and now can only be accessed via the Office terminal. All other terminal inboxes have been archived and can only be restored via admin control, which I've just done. Temporary access to the mainframe and Blackbridge Grotto has been restored to perform routine maintenance. That was in 89. And then at the moment I don't have anything particularly down for 89, but that's a couple of years later. That's sort of 2 years after her disappearance. Okay. And then in 90, temporary access to the mainframe and Blackbridge Grotto has been restored to perform routine maintenance. So many interesting dates here to consider. Updated access privileges for the following account types in 91. Admin access, full access. Personnel access, which is access to the user database. That's pretty limited. And then archive access. Full access. Ooh, this is the best one. Full access plus access to archived admin logs and deleted database entries. So that's the one that we want. We need to figure out who has archive access. RTA is down while we work on a solution to reported terminal connection failures in 92. RTA is working again. Terminal connections tested and confirmed functional. To make future testing easier, added ability to access offline terminals through the RTA when Blackbridge is open. Added ability to access offline terminals through the RTA when Blackbridge is open. Per request, one temporary admin key has been added to the network. Okay, yep, so we've got that one. Admin key deactivated. Yep, that makes sense. One new admin key has been added to the network. That's when, Kimberly came. Welcome to the team. That's cute. All right, this all makes sense. This is an amazing timeline here. Added new data, okay, beginning of 93, beginning of this year. Added new data management features to Blackbridge admin control. Data management features. That's interesting. Updated user database. What is that from Kimberly? Changing of the guard. In preparation for Simon's arrival, and this is in mid-year, inbound and outbound messages as well as offsite connections from outside the estate have been disabled per the instructions left by the Baron himself. Sorry, this is not mid-year. This is right. All right. This is, of course, the 6th of November. All right. This is the day before we come. Everyone is scrambling to prepare everything. That is absolutely fascinating. Okay, I'm going to have to pore over all of that a little bit more and obviously think about it. It doesn't go any further. Okay, even though we get a little arrow, it doesn't go any further. But maybe it does. Maybe there's something there that we can see if we get that archive access. Okay, so much. Import trophy data? Also, there are some... What? What are these other... Duplicate save data, clear save data, create backup, restore from backup. Utilizing the Blackbridge system, you can import trophy data from other save files into the current profile. This is a convenient way to collect trophies in one file that might be impossible to get in a single profile. So this is a game menu. This is a meta menu. Well, I just want to try clicking on this, but I mean, I don't have any. I got nothing. I got nothing. Okay. Wow, that's absolutely fascinating. I was getting a little bit worried when I saw like clear save data and stuff like that. Interesting. Okay, wow. Exit. Okay, well, I have to try, of course. Why wouldn't Herbert, hang on, Sinclair, not Herbert. Why wouldn't we do this first off? Now, what if it's S? No, okay. Last pass. Oh, that's the last successful one. Whoops. All right, so let's do Sinclair H. It's the obvious thing you got to try. I'm not expecting it to work because it's so obvious. This correct, yeah? Not found. All right. He has others do his work for him. What could be that unconventional name? It could be Mary's fake name on her passport, is what I'm thinking. Which was like Gray Daniels. Because it feels like she took a Daniel from her husband's name. Where do I have that passport? Somewhere. And that would... no, because if Daniels was the last name, that wouldn't mean that the you know, like Gray wouldn't be uncharacteristically short. Okay, it was Gray Daniels, so that, you know, it's worth trying, but it's not going to fit the bill of an unconventional thing. But I was just thinking, Sync HS would potentially, that could be it. N. Could be. I mean, this is one of the few people we know that has, you know, that uses a middle initial. No, okay. Fair enough. There's one very out of the box one that I actually want to try. I'm curious about some of these figures that have come up. So what will it be? L. Some of these figures whose names have come up that we don't know much about. So I actually want to try. I've been wondering what to do with some of these names. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then M. I don't know what the M stands for, but this would... M. Lowry. No, okay. Seems to be just a friend, just a dude. Okay, and then there's Lord Evanson, but I mean, I don't know what their first name is, and I don't think it's Lord. So we could also try Epson or Epse. I mean, she's been dead a long while, but I don't know. As a major figure, like, why not? Why not give it a go? What else would be an unconventional name? We do... What about Nogula? Nogu. And then R. This is the current groundskeeper. No, okay. No, he hasn't been given anything. There's a lot of different names to try with Mary, is the thing. Mary Matthews. Mary Sinclair. There's even... I mean, it's the last name that matters, really. It's everything else will be M. Mary Jones. But that's 5 letters. That would fit fine. Who has a short last name? Who has a short last name? Not really anyone that I can think of at the moment. Anne Babbage, Kim Thompson, the Baroness Ravel, Lady Ashlyn. They're all long dead. They're not messing with servers. Doesn't mean their name hasn't been used, though. There's her dad. There's this mysterious KL that I still don't know anything about whatsoever. All right. Nothing super coming to mind. Nothing jumping out. Mary Matthew Jones. Mary Matthew Jones, actually, that could also be the unconventional name, couldn't it? Because she's got a middle initial. So let's give that one a go. I think this will be my last one for the time being. Obviously, we can access this any day, straight away in the day now. So I don't need to do this all now. It's just really fun to play with. E, and then it could be M. No, okay. I gave it a good go. All right. Okay. Shall we see what happens? Oh, that's an item. Oh, hang on. Whoops. I totally clicked that away. I thought it was a small data microchip. Looks like it might be able to be plugged in somewhere. What? It's got like 4 prongs. All right, now but doesn't it just plug in here? Okay. So potentially it plugs in here, but potentially it plugs in somewhere else as well. Potentially we can move it. But either way, we need to figure out where these other ones are as well. And put them here, or even put them somewhere else. Okay, all right. There's, and then there's this. And then there's this. 1 or I. Could it refer to something in here? How do I get this? What does it even mean to get this going? Why would I even do that? All right, so many mysteries in here. What? I'm gonna have to go away and think about it, but I can do that comfortably because now we have permanent access to this space. So this isn't going anywhere. Wow, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I suppose, how many steps have I got? 20 steps. I suppose what I could do as one last thing is head up to lab and see if I can see mail there. Why not? Why not? We've just unlocked mailboxes in the shelter, the lab, and security. We can't access well, actually, maybe I can. Well, maybe I can access it from there. Well, either way, we've got two that are right here. I think we can only use Blackbridge to sort of remote access one of them, but here we can in person access both of them. So den, nook. I hope I'm going to make it. Den, nook, courtyard, and then up to. All right. Wow! Wow! What a huge game changer today. And so much more new lore that has come particularly through just that record. Just that record, that chronology of network interfacing. Absolutely astonishing. All right, what have you got for us, lab? I thought we were done in the lab today. And possibly, if we do get to access a whole new kind of this is what I need. I need to understand about the freezer. Okay. Whoa. Okay, chef. This is the first mention of an actual chef. Decamp. Huh. This could also be somebody with interesting admin access. So 87 April. Okay, so the interesting year, the time of interest. As I know, Randolph, as I know you've been conducting temperature-related experiments this past week, I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during your normal working hours. However, on Friday I was making my famous black truffle pizza, and I had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Okay, so maybe that's just the beginning of the interaction. Chef, please don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive, and they are already accounting for normal variations due to expected use and staff traffic, excuse me. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related, not to your freezer visit, but to the use of furnace in close proximity. That's exactly what I was... Yep, that's... but it does... So it does say the use of furnace in close proximity. Oh, man. Okay, so it is more complicated than I thought. I did suspect that, though. I did suspect that. So it is the proximity to the furnace. So we probably need to power the furnace via the boiler room and manage to build freezer nearby. Oh my God. In the future, you should try to draft that a bit further away, as the temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on temperature in the house, and even more so in rooms in close proximity to it. There we go. There we go. That is so incredibly useful. Baron Sinclair, also later in 87. Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we will be sealing off the entrance to the Blackbridge server this week, as well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. I'm not sure just how tech-savvy we expect the Red Guard to be. Yeah. But there's more than enough data on our servers that these extra precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimum measures that we should be considering, given the likelihood of an investigation next month. Okay, yep. Very interesting. I even wonder if, as part of the investigation, they give a kind of a limited admin access to Bon Margul. All right, Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week. Oh, sorry, that's the one I just... This one. A little bit later. Lock it down. Lock it all down. Whoa. So that was on August 31st. Was that the same... on the 27th, and then... Wow. So it feels like something really happened on the 31st of August there. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, can I remote turn? I mean, I can just go around the corner, but I guess I can just see. Yeah, I can just do security from here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I probably could have done, maybe I could have done all of this. I don't think so, because they specifically said it was going to be limited to 1 terminal per day from Blackbridge, right? Okay, so just out of interest. Yeah. All right, log into network. Electronic mail. Oh, this is the same. No, but it says, oh, so I really do actually have to go. Hang on. Let's actually go there. Let's check. Just around the corner. That's interesting. I'm always a bit spooked coming here now. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Indeed, we actually have to go there in person. Okay, that is very cool. That's very cool. I mean, we've almost seen everything at this stage, so... 86. Mr. Darren. Who on earth is Mr. Darren? If you have any more of those red and blue memo sheets, the Baron has requested a handful of each for a new project he is working on in the clock tower. For my part, I can't understand for the life of me why you and my Baron continually insist on confounding my staff and every other person who stumbles upon one of your coloured memos. I'm not confident confusion is the best security. Security? But it's not my department, so I'll leave it up to you and the Baron. Mr. Darren. Is Mr. Kirk Darren. Kirk Darren. Okay, there we go. That could be a name to try if they're associated with security. Mrs. Babbage, I'd like to address one potential security vulnerability of having an antechamber lever in the weight room. As the years have gone by, the Baron's frequency of working out in this room have gone from once in a red moon to as rare as a man without self-pity. As such, we find this room mostly relegated to guest use, and given that an antechamber lever is not only unsuited but also poses a security risk, I advise we either remove or conceal it and install a secondary lever to control the south entrance. Well, we know that that ended up being in the greenhouse, so that's interesting. And interesting that it seems to hang on how much the Baron actually uses the room. I wonder if that's because the antechamber is meant to serve as a panic room for the Baron. And so him having access to the levers is... Wow. It's kind of a disturbing thought. That's interesting. But that's interesting to hear that about the weight room. What does that mean for the weight room now? Nothing? Surely not nothing. Mr. Darren, sorry for the lagging reply. It makes me laugh that people in these games say that. I am still learning how to use this machine. Thanks for bringing this issue to our attention. This was not something I had considered, but it does seem like a reasonable suggestion, and I will discuss it with the Baron during our next meeting. I know he has expressed interest in installing secondary access levers for both redundancy and convenience. Oh, so secondary access levers meaning for the same entrance. I think that's what they mean. So this may be the perfect excuse to allow him to execute those plans should he still wish to do so. Secondary access levers. So it's not just those 3 rooms, like one single room that accesses... the one antechamber entrance. So I wonder if that means there is still something in the weight room, which would solve my whole mystery around what the hell is the deal with the weight room. Why weight room? Okay, Kirk, per our last meeting, effective immediately, please suspend all security camera recordings. There we go. So that's at the beginning of 87 before Mary comes into the estate. Live surveillance has been approved, but the Baron no longer wishes to have tape logs of activity on the estate. I know this might seem like a security risk, but I promise good reasoning is behind this seemingly unsound decision. Randolph. Absolutely fascinating. Does anything change here now? No, it do not. But maybe we can change this if we figure out what that extra... Oh my gosh. Okay. So much has happened today. Just the whole nature of the estate has kind of changed today, honestly. What on earth? What on earth? Okay. This has been one hell of a day. Let's call it so that I can go and think about all this that has happened. East facing manor, because we didn't get any west wing whatsoever. East wing favored. Well, it wasn't my choice, really. That's interesting though. Wow, huge day. We've opened up one of the mysterious entrances on the grounds. It's the Blackbridge network terminal with a mysterious sealed room in it. And all of this data and lore and potential in that terminal there, and another mysterious note on the wall, and we've done actually now a huge amount with the boiler room, and we also now know what I need to do more specifically with the boiler room and the furnace to get the freezer. Oh my goodness, what a day. As always, thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much. Once again, huge, massive reveals that have just made me hungrier to take you on this journey into the next days. Let's see what can come of all this. Oh my god, we've got more email to unlock in the shelter as well, which is going to be really interesting. Okay, I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.